What's up? Today I've got two puzzles for you. They are both checkmate in one, and they are a little bit tricky and interesting. Let's take a look. Here's the first one. It is white to move, and it is checkmate in one. You may think about this, or you may wish to pause the video or just think about this and let me know in the comments down below if you can find the solution. I decided to show you this puzzle after a little bit of a funny story actually. Not too long ago, we were with friends and all chess players, and one of them showed us this puzzle. We all solved it, but there was one guy who is an international master who couldn't solve it. And after a few minutes of thinking, he still couldn't find it, and then 10 minutes passed, 15 minutes passed, we started feeling a little embarrassed for the guy, and then he said like, oh, you're kidding me, you're pranking me, there's no solution here. We said, no, there is a solution. And after 20 minutes and a couple more hints from us, he finally could find it, but yeah, it was, yeah, kind of like that. Man, okay, maybe not that much, but to some extent. And therefore, if you could solve this puzzle, then actually congratulations, because the solution is queen to b3 checkmate. And the point here is that the pinned bishop cannot capture the pinned queen, and I hope that makes some sense, and it is checkmate. Here is the second puzzle. The task is still the same, checkmate in one, white to move. Alright, give it a try. It is white to play, you gotta checkmate black in one move. If you wish, you may pause the video, think about it, and after that, resume the video and watch the solution once again. The problem for white here is that regardless of the check that you deliver with your rooks, with the knight, the black skin is gonna always escape there to the square h8 after virtually any check that you're gonna deliver. And if you try queen to f6 to deliver a check by the queen so that the black skin cannot escape back, then it can capture the knight and it's still not checkmate in one. Alright, so at first it may look like the solution does not even exist, but in fact the solution does exist. And the solution is to take the pawn en-passant, to take the black's pawn. It turns out that black's last move was actually pawn to e5, and because of that you can now take the pawn en-passant, remove that pawn, which enables the diagonal for your bishop, and now it is checkmate in one. So that is the solution to the puzzle. Yeah, what do you think? Okay, I realized that you didn't know that the black's last move was pawn to e5, and how could you solve the puzzle without knowing this? Well, it is true, I kind of agree that the puzzle is a little tricky, but the point is, we knew that there is checkmate in one here, right? And without that option, it just does not exist, and therefore we had to assume that there is checkmate in one, and we had to assume that there is an option to deliver it, and that's this taking the pawn en-passant is the only option, actually. Even though I still agree that it's a little tricky, of course, and that's why I'm actually showing the puzzle to you. If it were too simple, I just wouldn't even share. Anyway, that was more of a little thing for fun. Actually, the solution makes sense. I just realized that, apparently the white's last move was something like bishop to b2 check to the king, right? And after that, black had to cover the king by playing pawn to e5 or pawn to f6. If they go pawn to f6, this is still checkmate in one, right? Bishop takes f6, and therefore they decided to go pawn to e5, but then d takes e5, capturing the pawn en-passant, and it is still the checkmate. Anyway, that was more of a little thing just for fun. Also, if you're interested in more serious chess training, then you may click the link below the video and join the free masterclass, The Best Way to Improve in Chess Instantly, where I show a few most important, most powerful principles that can help you to progress in chess very quickly. A lot of students did that already, and I'll be happy to share this with you just as well. You can click the link below the video and join the free training. Once again, I'm wishing you all the best in your chess battles. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll talk to you soon.